so good to be back here in South Carolina, home of the Gamecocks.
The iron Keyshawn soars in from the weak side, however, and is that done?
There it is.
Driven hard. The Gamecocks will take the series against their rival.
Hi again, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Gamecock Insider. I'm your host, Derek Scott. On today's show, we've got coverage of Gamecock basketball, men and women, of course. We've got some spring sports to get into. We've even got some big news, non-Gamecock variety to share with you here on the program. We start, as always, with our Prisma Health injury update. Gamecock still without Miles Stute, who suffered a knee injury in practice a couple weeks ago. Miles has missed the last couple of games for the Gamecock men's basketball team, hoping to get him back and available to the squad here in the very near future. That's your injury update. Again, it's brought to you by Prisma Health, the official team physicians of your Gamecocks. Now, as we said, some of that non-Gamecock related news. You know, Williams-Brice Stadium has played host to some amazing moments, probably for all of us. Think of your own memory and what game stood out to you the most. Or maybe it wasn't a game. Maybe it was a chance to see Kenny Chesney or the Rolling Stones or the Pope. Some amazing history has been made in that stadium, and we just found out that there is more to come. The world's game coming to Williams-Brice Stadium.
There's nothing quite like Liverpool and Manchester United, England's two most decorated teams. Oh, incredible goal! Manchester United take the lead. It's a thing of absolute beauty. Pope takes men away, and what a goal! Sensational, astonishing, incredible.
And the noise inside this stadium.
It's absolutely brilliant. Biggest game in club football.
The University of South Carolina, home of the Gamecocks.
This place has given rise to legends and watched as they accomplish the incredible.
Full of history, tradition and pride, and here is the best fan base in all of college soccer.
We know how passionate our fans are, and now it's time for the rest of the world to see. This summer, in one of the biggest events in our city's history, two of the world's most storied clubs will face off under a Carolina sky.
Manchester United
Liverpool.
Of Europe once again. It's absolutely
1 mile from here at Williams-Brice Stadium.
We will see you on August 3rd, 2024.
Tickets sold out immediately. It is going to be an amazing atmosphere. And thanks also to Tony Annan and Shelley Smith for lending their voices to the preview of what is to come a little later on here in the summer at Williams-Brice. We've got more, much more of Gamecock Insider in just a moment from Learfield.
Gamecock Insider is brought to you by Prisma Health, the official healthcare provider of the Gamecocks, and by Liberty Tap Room. Liberty Tap Room is the home for the Columbia Craft Call-In Show with Gamecock men's and women's basketball. Meet us at Liberty at 6 p.m. on Thursdays during the season for Carolina calls. Liberty Tap Room and Grill, Cocky's favorite place to eat in the Vista.
Hey Gamecock fans, I'm Coach Lamont Paris. The best teams are the ones that are always willing to do more. More in the weight room, more in the classroom, more for each other. And it's important for our team doctors to have the same mindset. With access to more locations, more specially trained experts, and more personalized care, Prisma Health is doing even more to care for our team and our fans. Prisma Health, official healthcare system and team physicians for the Gamecocks.
And it's another big night for the Gamecocks here in Colonial Life Arena.
Throughout my life, my friends and my family have supported me through the championships and the challenges. That's why it's so important for me to lift people up, to help them overcome the obstacles in their way. Colonial Life benefits keep you prepared for life's unexpected moments, empowering people to achieve goals they thought weren't possible. That's what really matters. Colonial Life, keep unexpecting.
Good morning, America. Today, thousands of our teammates will make and deliver over 300 of the world's best brands and flavors, locally, in towns large and small. From the heartland to the coast, our products are moving and our trucks are rolling. We share a passion and a purpose. We love to refresh and serve our communities. We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
Farm Bureau Insurance wants to give you a VIP experience this baseball season. Visit usccontest.com and register for your chance to be Cocky's game day guest. Winners will get a special invitation to a game, an autographed baseball and ball cap, 2 premium tickets, a trip to the radio booth, and more. Visit usccontest.com to register today. Cocky's Game Day Guest is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, here for all your auto, home, and life insurance needs.
Welcome back to Gamecock Insider, everybody. The Carolina men's basketball team's put together an amazing season, and in large part it's been because they've been so successful away from Columbia. Winning on the road has become something of a habit for this team. No different on a recent trip to Oxford, Mississippi. Over the years, Gamecock men's basketball doesn't have a lot of fond memories of the Magnolia State, but in Oxford on this past Saturday, it was all good stuff, and we had our cinematic crew there to document it all.
That's right, getting back to themselves. I thought you had to establish an inside presence. And well, I also noticed this, you didn't have guys looking around. Like, who's going to do this? Who's going to take over? Everybody played their role, and they played it to excellence.
Yeah, the focus was tremendous. You can see for South Carolina, the intensity, knowing exactly what Coach Lamont Paris wanted his team to do from the beginning to the end of that game.
What are we doing relative to what we want to get done, relative to our rules, relative to who we are and what we have been doing? Can we reproduce those things over again? That's a big word for us, is the ability to reproduce simple, basic things over and over again, and then have successes in those areas, ultimately to win basketball games.
You can do whatever you want. You can't stand in the way of your own progress. Can we clean that stuff up and once and for all finally be who we're really supposed to be and get hot right at the right time that we're supposed to? Can we do that one time? Because if so, it's scary what happens, okay?
Time now for our Terminix Pest Player of the Week. Speaking of that men's basketball team, the leading scorer in the last couple of contests combined, well, how about Zachary Davis? The Orangeburg native has stepped up. He had a career high 14 points at Ole Miss, then he backed it up with a new career high, 16 points on the road at Texas A&M. So congratulations to Zach. He is our Terminix Pest Player of the Week. We've got more of Gamecock Insider just around the corner from Learfield.
Okay, so you need to pick up the dog from the groomer, get the laundry, and you finish the book for book club, right?
Book club? Of course I did. Yep. See you there, honey.
It was the best of times.
It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. But the good physician of the Republic would deserve better still. Save him now, my doctor. Save him. His father.
When you have 537 pages to go, there's a RAV for that. Right now, lease a new 2024 Toyota RAV4 LE for $329 a month for 39 months. Toyota, let's go places.
What does farm to table mean to you? Fresher, tastier food? Sitting down with family and friends at local restaurants? Sure, but thanks to South Carolina farmers and chefs, you can enjoy farm to table anywhere. That's because when you buy certified SC, you're supporting South Carolina farmers and getting locally grown food that's perfect for whatever table. So choose local, choose fresh. It's a matter of taste.
I was perfectly happy where I was. I just coached one of the biggest games of my life. Then, just 3 days later, I was moving to South Carolina. That was unexpected. But that's how life works. Colonial Life's benefits keep you prepared for life's unexpected moments, empowering people to achieve their goals and keep moving forward. Colonial Life, keep unexpecting.
Farm Bureau Insurance wants to give you a VIP experience this baseball season. Visit usccontest.com and register for your chance to be Cocky's game day guest. Winners will get a special invitation to a game, an autographed baseball and ball cap, 2 premium tickets, a trip to the radio booth, and more. Visit usccontest.com to register today. Cocky's Game Day Guest is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, here for all your auto, home, and life insurance needs.
Good hard work has earned Abrima Deba the title of Colonial Life Academic Athlete of the Week. A member of the men's basketball team, Abrima is a sport and entertainment management major with a 3.25 grade point average. This week's academic athlete is brought to you by Colonial Life. Colonial Life, the benefits of good hard work.
15 seconds left. Wade Taylor's going to run right to the rim, throw it high off the glass and good. Here come the Gamecocks. Michi into the front court. He will race to the rim. Give it to Zach Davis. Layup good with 3 seconds left. And A&M calls a timeout.
That's your Sansbury. Did you see that play? End-to-end action as the Gamecocks saw the game tied up and then got the winning basket laid at Texas A&M thanks to an amazing piece of work from Michi Johnson setting up Zach Davis for the layup that clinched another win, the 23rd of the season for Gamecock men's basketball. Let's switch gears now to Gamecock women's basketball. Senior Day at Colonial Life Arena taking place, and 3 members of this #1 ranked team in the nation being recognized and celebrated for their achievements in their college basketball careers. Tahina Paopao, a relatively new face. Camila Cardosa, a veteran who has been a huge part of this team's success for the past number of years, and Sakima Walker, who has just really stepped up and helped contribute down the stretch here for this team this year. They all have played their part in Gamecock women's basketball success, and they're being celebrated for it.
Tahina Paopao. Tahina, wow, Tahina Paopao.
Tahina Paopao.
I say she's a great addition to the team. Pao means a lot to me and the team because just how great of a person she is. We love her around. She has a great sense of humor also. My glue, honestly. I don't think I'll be who I am without her. As a competitor, she's going to compete.
Pao is like a big sister to me, and I'm able to look up to her.
She's a joy. Like, she comes in the gym with a smile. She is someone who's able to set the example high for who we are and who we want to be. Of course, I feel like she pushes us harder, work hard. Her competitiveness and her just leadership, it just helps us a lot. She's going to shoot in your face no matter if you have a hand up or not.
A great teammate, a great player. She always competes, she wants to win, and I'm super happy I get to play with her.
Selfless.
Outgoing. Loves basketball. She's a force. She's a bucket getter.
She's a leader.
Witty.
Amazing person. She stepped on campus and we immediately clicked. I'm gonna miss her so much and wishing her a successful WNBA season.
Camila Cardosa. Camila means a lot to me and the team. Just all the things she does on and off the court.
To the program, she's a big piece of what we do.
She's dominant. When we tell her that we need her and she stepped it up, she's going to do that.
Camila means a lot to me. She's not just a teammate, she's a friend.
I feel like she's just a bigger sister to all of us. Always looking out for me.
She is a very funny person, and when you really get to know her, she's very outgoing.
Tell she genuinely has confidence in each individual, and even when you mess up, she'll bring the confidence back.
She's a fierce competitor, and she's someone who will always be tough and work hard. She's gritty.
A straight dog.
Energetic. Compassionate. Fun.
Wise.
With the life of the party.
My fun life. I think that Camila, she has a lot more in her bag and a lot more to show the world. So I love you so much, Camila. Kima, she brings it every day in practice.
Keem is a beacon of joy.
She's like happy all the time. She like brings happy energy all the time, and she's always ready. Sakima is always posting up, so she does the dirty work.
If coach asks us to do this, this, and this, Kima will do exactly this, this, and this.
Every day she comes in and works hard, does the little things, gets on the floor.
Kima brings this incredible spark off the bench.
She's a great teammate, but also a great friend that you can use off the court.
She's like someone I can joke around with.
She's always showing her radiant smiles, so she's someone who's always keeping everybody else up.
She brings her defense every game and every practice.
She don't take nothing from nobody.
She always makes sure to handle the little details.
She has a great mindset and she is locked in every single game.
I love seeing her growing. I love to see where she's gonna go from here. I wish she nothing but the best and keep going up.
Hey, Gamecock fans. I'm Coach Dawn Staley. The best teams are the ones that are always willing to do more. More in the weight room, more in the classroom, more for each other. And it's important for our team doctors to have the same mindset, with access to more locations, more specially trained experts, and more personalized care. Prisma Health is doing even more to care for our team and our fans. Prisma Health, official healthcare system and team physicians for the Gamecocks.
Corrections is rewarding,
faithful,
supportive, motivating,
challenging and diverse, love,
ever-changing,
happiness. Do what you feel that makes you happy. And working at the Department of Corrections, it actually makes me happy because I think that I can make a difference to someone.
Hey Gamecock fans, I'm here to ask you for your support of the Garnet Trust, the official NIL partner of Gamecock Athletics. NIL opportunities are an important part of the student-athlete experience at the University of South Carolina and across the country. Join us as we continue to compete at the highest level of college basketball. Visit garnettrust.com today to join the growing community of members ensuring our athletes are set for their future.
Good morning, America. Today, thousands of our teammates will make and deliver over 300 of the world's best brands and flavors, locally, in towns large and small. From the heartland to the coast, our products are moving and our trucks are rolling. We share a passion and a purpose. We love to refresh and serve our communities. We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
We're back on the Gamecock Insider. I'm Derek Scott. Carolina men's basketball has had an amazing season documented throughout this year thanks to our friends at Gamecocks Plus. It has been a regular documentary series, and on the most recent episode of Changing Expectations, we took a look from a different angle. We all know Kerry Rich as the captain. He is a huge part of this program off the court and to some degree on as well. And in our most recent episode, we looked at things through the lens of Kerry and the captaincy role.
Well, I think you do acknowledge the adversity. I think you find a way to acknowledge some of the things that went wrong. Certainly we had some things that go wrong anytime you're up 16. But just like everything else, you got to flush, you got to put it in your rearview mirror. I was so driven, I was so determined. I wanted to be that guy, and I wasn't gonna let anybody stop me. And I wasn't gonna let any cynic or anyone negative or anything get in the way of me getting to this level of basketball. And that became my mantra, that became my mindset, the habits, and those habits that I built then are still with me every single day. It was at the age of 12 when I decided to invest everything I had into becoming a better basketball player. I would always tell my guys that I was in the neighborhood with, hey, my dad is coming to get me, my dad is coming to get me. And, none of their fathers were involved, so it was the norm for a project kid. I made the decision that I was not going to let him continue to get me excited about something that never came to fruition. And I made a vow that I was going to work extremely hard to almost make him regret for not wanting to spend time with me. Grew up in Columbia, South Carolina, to a single parent, Miss Johnny Mae Rich Butler. She had me when she was 16 years old. We grew up, Saxa Homes projects at the time were the biggest set of projects in the state of South Carolina. I used to think that anyone that lived or stayed in a 3-bedroom house with a garage, I used to think they were rich because of my environment, growing up in the projects and not really getting outside of what we saw within that 5-mile radius. We'd actually walk downtown and catch the train, probably unofficially, a few times downtown to the movie theater. And, true story, I remember the very first time we came to the University of South Carolina basketball camp. We were so excited. My teammates and I, we actually walked the railroad tracks with a suitcase because we were so excited. Just a lot of great memories, Columbia basketball, being a part of it, just building habits from that because I wanted so badly to be in the mix, to sit at the table that hosted the best. So just a lot of great memories coming up in Columbia. I won't call the school's name, but halfway during the middle of my freshman year, it was already determined that I was going to transfer to an ACC school. When that didn't happen because Western Carolina would not release me to that school, I wasn't left with many opportunities. South Carolina was the only school that Western Carolina would release me to. And think about what a blessing that has become. Think about how different my life would be if I had not come to South Carolina, would have gone to that ACC school. We don't often understand when things happen, but I'm so happy Western Carolina decided to release me to South Carolina.
And I just remember there was so much buzz about Kerry being on staff, and it was almost like this myth of this guy that was connected to everybody and knew everybody in the city and had this big impact. And so meeting for the first time was cool, and he was so welcoming. For us, we were coming into his program, right? The crazy thing is, I think they call him the godfather of South Carolina basketball, I think is what I've been told. And so he's already connected to these kids long before the recruitment process even starts, right? And so he's familiar with them, he knows the family, a lot of them, or somebody that knows somebody. There's already this rapport and this credibility that he has with these guys.
I mean, I call him the godfather because that's what he is. He always talking to me and telling me stories about when he used to play back then. So.
Gary Rich will launch, and he cans the tray. Back at you, right?
For him to be a OG point guard in this league and at South Carolina, he just always tells me what he sees out there, and I just try to go off what he says and try to do my best at it.
Him and my dad grew up playing against each other a lot, so I knew him from that. I didn't really know him until I really got to South Carolina. C. Rich has been my guy ever since I came here on a visit. I seen his name on a wall going down to the tunnel in the practice gym, so I was like, hold on, I'm gonna really check out and see if he really was like that, and he was.
Still a 15-point lead. Kerry Rich, a line drive tray.
We just told him that he needed to pass the ball more. How can you be a PG and not pass the ball? That's crazy.
Kerry Rich answers with a three-pointer. How many times?
It was like somebody wide open, like they was making a shot for me, so it wasn't like I was doing anything wrong. I was like, hey, man, you were just trying to get to a bucket real quick every time.
There's already this rapport and this credibility that he has with these guys, and he's able to get on them at times, and they respond, they respect him. And I think a lot of that is because he wore that jersey. He's literally been in those shoes. It's a long season. These guys, I mean, we've been going at it a long time, so sometimes they need a pat on the back, or maybe they need a kick in the rear, right? And he's been able to do that for a number of those guys, but specifically the South Carolina guys.
Salon and I, we have a special relationship because he plays the point guard.
Yeah, I was gonna
Jacoby
ask
plays the
about
point
that.
guard. That's a little bit different for me right there. As a point guard, I remember telling Talon early on in the season, I said, hey, I played the position, and I like to think I had a pretty good career playing the position. And there isn't a position that I study more than the point guard. And I told him way before we went on this run, I said, I only wish I could play the position as well as you play it. And he's that good. He has a tremendously high basketball IQ. He plays with a calmness. He calms us down. He's an old soul. He listens to the music that we listen to. And not only does he listen to the music, but he knows the word.
When the South Carolina women's basketball team makes 3 3-pointers in a game, you'll score a free 3-piece hand-breaded chicken tender the next day at Hardee's. Simply download the Gamecocks app, show the Hardee's cashier the app offer, and enjoy hand-breaded tender deliciousness. Don't miss out on this exclusive offer brought to you by your friends at Hardee's. Participating Columbia and Spartanburg area restaurants only. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Let me educate you real quick. The lottery is not about getting rich. No, the lottery is about helping people, and it always has been. It was the lottery that helped raise the Great Wall of China. Lotteries maintain the roads of ancient Rome and helped to usher in Western civilization as we know it. The lottery forged a foundation in this country and then helped fund a revolution against tyranny that built on that foundation. And today, in South Carolina, the revolution continues. But we're not building walls or roads or bridges. We're investing in you. Every year, the South Carolina Education Lottery raises millions of dollars to help build an educated, well-equipped, and prepared people. And if you want to get in on the action, there's no better partner. After all, education is our middle name.
For over 40 years, Sound & Images has been South Carolina's corporate multimedia partner for live events. Sound & Images is also your resource for commercial audiovisual installations. Help your teams collaborate more efficiently with a custom-crafted AV solution from Sound & Images. Whether you want a single monitor upgrade or a turnkey AV system, we are dedicated to helping you incorporate easy-to-use technology into your space. And we offer the best-in-class support and service. Elevate your AV. Call Sound & Images today.
At Carolina, we know what it looks like to be the best. We've been there. We've got it at our ballpark, in the stands, and in the dugout with Prisma Health. Prisma Health helps keep our players at their best, and they're providing the same expert care to our fans across the state. With more locations, the best clinical technology, and a team of experts I trust, there's no one I'd rather have take care of our team and our state. Prisma Health, official healthcare system and team physicians for the Gamecocks.
Gamecock Insider is brought to you by Prisma Health, the official healthcare provider of the Gamecocks, and by Liberty Tap Room. Liberty Tap Room is the home for the Columbia Craft Call-In Show with Gamecock men's and women's basketball. Meet us at Liberty at 6 p.m. on Thursdays during the season for Carolina calls. Liberty Tap Room and Grill, Cocky's favorite place to eat in the Vista.
It's time to wrap things up on this week's edition of Gamecock Insider. That means it's time to go back out on the road with our friends at Toyota. On the road for the Carolina Gamecock men's basketball team this week, well, they will wrap up the regular season with a road trip to Starkville to take on the Mississippi State Bulldogs. We saw them in the first game of conference play, a thrilling win at Colonial Life Arena. Now we wrap up the regular season by visiting with the Bulldogs again. A couple of likely NCAA tournament teams going head-to-head before they both head to Nashville for the SEC tournament. Speaking of the SEC tournament, Carolina women's basketball on the road for their version of that. Short trip just up I-26 to Greenville. And of course, we know the domination they have had and the great crowd support they've had in that building. Dawn Staley and her squad will be looking for the same one more time here in 2024. That's On the Road. It's brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. We're done. That's all. Thanks so much for being a part of Gamecock Insider. I'm Derek Scott. We'll talk to you again next week.
This has been an exclusive presentation from Learfield.